You see, having a small bed is a good thing. Not being able to afford a big bed as a couple, especially in the early part of your marriage, is very important. We have couples that say they are unable to have children, but if you see their beds can accommodate 5 people. So some people will be of the view that it's good to have a joint financial pool, a joint account for pretty much domestic things. But then I should have my own hidden stash that I can use to indulge myself without having to contact my wife or my husband. I should have my own money. You see, the reality of it is that a big tear starts with a little hole. It always starts with a little hole. A little hole, a big disease starts with small illness. I talk about being able to afford our indiscretions. And that's the problem the privileged have. The ability to afford your indiscretions. And I'll give an example. One of the abilities people have to afford their indiscretions is when you build a house big enough for a man to have his room and the woman to have her room. And they just say, I just need my space sometime. So he has the master bedroom and the madam's bedroom. That is having enough money to afford your indiscretion. Because a time will come when you will not realize that you spent 6 months in your master's bedroom and your wife has spent 6 months. You spent 6 months apart. And before you know it, you can't coexist in the same room anymore. Sometimes having a small house, not being able to afford a big house with a lot of bedrooms, is a blessing to a family. You see, having a small bed is a good thing. Not being able to afford a big bed as a couple, especially in the early part of your marriage, is very important. We have couples that say they are unable to have children, but if you see their beds can accommodate 5 people. You see, a small bed, you should have a bed that is small enough for you people, both of you, to rub bodies whenever you move on that bed. It allows for intimacy. You see, sometimes when we are restrained financially, it helps us to build intimacy. It's good for us not to have enough money to have our own stash, because you never know when your own stash gets too much that you feel you can live without the other person. I live in a house where myself and my wife, we have one car for the entire family. Sometimes it seems like a disadvantage, but the good thing about it is because we have one car, we talk about our day when we start our day. So I ask her, where are you going today? And she tells me where she's going. She asks me, where are you going? And she knows where I'm going. And sometimes we have to go together. And in going together, we talk on the way and we build intimacy. You see, if we had 2 cars, she will wake up and she will go wherever she wants without having to tell me where she's going. Because of that, she understands more about me, more about my friends, more about my work. I understand more about her life too. So that's the problem with being able to afford your indiscretions. Sometimes that indiscretion is having so much money, so much disposable income that you feel, I can have my own stash. Sometimes it's that extra bedroom that you can afford to go and sleep in. Sometimes it's that extra car that you can sneak out in without telling anybody.